Hey there, and welcome to Binder Minder. And it is time for another mail day, another binder therapy. We're going on vacation, but right before vacation, I have gotten a few things in this week. So this is a week's worth of deliveries. I had another one that showed that it was going to be showing up, and it didn't show up. So I do have missing stuff, and then there's a whole bunch of stuff that's coming, of course, right after we leave. So I guess when we get back, we'll have a pretty good binder therapy as well to dive into, especially because I saw our Deadpool order will be then. So we'll just go ahead and jump into it right away. So this order, they were really nice. So I ordered the Frog God, Sabsunin. I can never say it right. I ordered this one, and they didn't have the regular version of it, but they had the foil version. So get an upgrade. I ordered a Raise the Past. This is just one of those I added in. I know that I intend on running this card in when I finally run a Heir Apparent deck, and I don't have this borderless version. It was really cheap. And then I got a couple of these. These are from Innistrad Remastered. The posters, borderless posters. I really like the art on these. I'm a big Secret Lair fan, so these kind of fit that theme. And I'm not sure. I'm probably gonna see how many of them I can collect. I know my wife's a big fan of these too, and she already has some of the big hits. So maybe it's something we can join forces on. But I did get the Captivating Vampire, and I got that in a foil because this one's really cheap. And then I got probably one of my favorite of all of them, the Olivia Voltron, if I can talk. And then Through the Breach. Got that one in foil as well. These foils ones were just cheaper. That same seller had a good deal on a Chromatic Lantern in foil, but the retro, and I use these in quite a few decks, so I go ahead and went and toss it in. Same thing with this Brainstorm. This is actually a Secret Lair Brainstorm, and I think I've got the drawing version of this one in one of my decks, so I can put this one with that eventually. As far as collection stuff goes, I got the Cleopatra, borderless Cleopatra for the historic figures from Assassin's Creed, and then I got an Overgrown Farmland extended art from Doctor Who. I got this for one of my decks. Glacial Fortress from Fallout, also extended art and foil. This one isn't for a deck right now, but I just happened to see when I was buying the other stuff, it was such a good deal for this Glacial Fortress. I went ahead and tossed it in. And then the Master of Waves. This is a Secret Lair foil, and I picked this up. My wife's got her Merfolk deck that we've been working on, and we were looking for a regular Master of Waves, and this was like $1.50 or something like that, and I went ahead and tossed it in. This next order. See what we got here. I was kind of collecting cards for all the decks that we had going, and I realized that I thought I had some Cultivates, and I didn't, so I had to order some Cultivates. So I've got a few different Cultivates coming. This is one from Lord of the Rings Commander deck, and I thought the art was kind of cool with the dog on there. The dogs. And then in the process of updating my binders, moving things over to the new binder that I picked up, there were a couple small collections that I'd always wanted to complete, and one of them was the Bloomburrow showcase treatments, similar to how I've been collecting all of the Ratfin cards. So I went ahead and when I set up the binder, I went ahead and set up a section that's got all those organized. But I realized I had a whole bunch more that I had to order than I thought. We had, between my wife and I, we both had bought a bunch of Bloomburrow, but these were surprisingly hard to come by when you open in packs. You don't get very many of them as far as the showcase treatments. So I got a Thunder Trap Trainer, a Mabel Heir to Craig Fleet, and a Cruel Claws Heist. I think I have a couple more of these coming next week. And still a bunch to order too. None of them are too expensive. I think there's one or two that are They're in the $10 range, but I'm not in any big rush to complete those. I'm so close to finishing the Rat Fink cards that I'm kind of excited to have something new to set as a goal, especially when it's something that's not necessarily expensive cards. Speaking of that, I did pick up more of these Aether Drift Japanese showcase cards. Aether Drift has just not been very popular, and these Japanese showcase cards, which I think some of the art is actually pretty cool, they've been so cheap that I've been able to pick up most of them for almost nothing, for $2-3 for quite a few of them, as long as you're getting the Japanese text. And since I'm just collecting them for the art, I don't have a problem with that. I think the only one that I have left that I need to get still is the actual the Radiant Lotus. And unfortunately, that is a card I actually want to run in a deck, so I'm going to have to get that in an English version so that I can actually read it. The Japanese card is like $20, the English is like $40, so it'll probably be a little while before I get that one. But Mystic Sanctuary, this is for a deck. And then I think all these are also for her Merfolk deck. Tidal Warrior. The Shapeshifter is actually for my Eggs deck. Tide Shaper, Merfolk deck again. Crashing Tide, an old foil. And Flow of Knowledge, that's also for her deck there. This next order, I don't know if you guys ever order anything and you get them where they tape across the top here. This one, they put a piece of paper to keep it from sticking, but it just made it even harder because they didn't put a little tab. You see where I picked at it, trying to get it pulled, and I eventually just tore the paper. But this order had 2 cards. It's got one of those Aether Drift Japanese Showcase, and I'll go ahead and put the name down here as well. And I'll do the same thing for this one if you already saw that. And then this one is also one of those as well, but you can see that they actually put the name on it here. So I can't get this thing out of the package so you can see it fully. But another one of the Strixhaven Mystical Archives. I'm actually down to, I think, 6 or 7, maybe. I think it's 6 total cards that I have to get. But one of those is $110. Another one's $40 or $50. So we'll take our time. I'll probably get all the other ones, the $10 to $15 cards that are left, and then maybe I'll take some of our trade and see if I can't find any of the stores that would be interested in that might have the 2 cards I need, and see if I can't trade in for them, get a good deal for them. So, well, not necessarily a good deal, but I don't have to pay cash for them. So I get a Sacrifice, Special Guest. That'll go in the collection binder. And then I got another Mystical Archive. I think this is Brainstorm. But again, whatever the text down here says, we'll confirm it. And that's, so if anybody's ever curious about these, so this is technically a foil. Even though none of this is foil. Let's see if I can get the light on. You see there's just the box that goes right around here, and then the box that goes around this text right here. And that's the only place you can see that etched foil. And these things are available. So there's 3 versions. There's a standard card, and then the foil version of the standard card, and then there's the foil etched. So the 3 different variations of these can be kind of a pain. This next bundle here has got a bunch of cards, and I kind of shoved it in here. A few of these are for decks, but this order had a bunch of cat cards for my wife. So there's a cat, another cat, cat soldier, cat demon, cat dragon. I think there's more than one card here. So cat dragon, and then this right here is actually the commander for my Eggs deck. So even though my Eggs deck has a lot of shapeshifters, I call it the Eggs deck because it's all about building all these eggs. So Alta Polini Nest Tender, and there's a special or a secret lair version of this as well that I do have from the Jurassic World cards, which I could run, but I figured I'd start at least with this thing. So that is a deck card. See, look, Cat Wizard, Panharmonicon. So this is actually, I didn't need this for a deck. I already had one, but these Aether Drift Commander cards are currently as cheap as you're ever going to find them. So like Maskwood, Nexus, Panharmonicon, they're pretty cheap. People are clearing out the rest of the bulk of their buying Commander decks and splitting them up to sell. So put those aside there. Arcane Signet for a deck. That's also from the Aether Drift. And then another Cat Wizard and a Zombie Cat. So a whole bunch of cats. Next up, Mystic Confluence. That's for her deck, I believe. And then this right here is Loot. Again, Japanese art, but from Aether Drift, Japanese showcase. And I love the art. I think if any of you play League of Legends, this specific version of the art looks a lot like Teemo to me, with the ears sticking up and the goggles. I don't know if that's what they're going for there. And then Explosive Getaway. That one's in English. Again, some of these are so cheap. I think this one's like $1.75 or something like that. And then a Japanese language curse cloth wrappings. And I just love the art on this one. I think this one's pretty cool too. So next up, another Arcane Signet. I think, is there another card in there? It feels like, nope, there's not. These though, so this is from the Secret Lair 20 Ways to Win deck. And we skipped out on buying that deck. I kind of regretted it because I kind of dig, for one, I like the artwork, but I thought this was pretty cool. I started looking at some of them, and obviously a few of the cards are really expensive, but a couple of them were only $1 or $1.50 or so. And I ended up picking those up. So Enduring Ideal. Not sure if I'm going to put, if I'm going to use those in a deck. I'm not really sure what the plan is with them. I just really liked it. I'll probably just put it with my Secret Lair stuff. And then this is the other one. This is the main reason I got it. This raccoon eating the cake. I thought it was pretty awesome. Happily Ever After. So, like I said, those will probably end up in my Secret Lair collection, basically. This one, another Mystical Archive. It's just a regular, not an etched foil. So fun with the etched foil, by the way, a lot of times the etched foil versions are cheaper. I'm not sure if there's the reason for that, but they usually are pretty cheap. This is Swords to Plowshares. I recognize this artwork, if I can get it out of the top loader here. So Swords to Plowshares, etched foil in the Mystical Archives. And then this is a special guest. We got Miri, Weatherlight Duelist. And then I got a Birds of Paradise. I guess I've probably seen my Birds of Paradise collection, but I haven't added any cards to it in a while. And so I finally did order a few. And this is one of them from Dominaria Remastered. It's one of those I wanted to pick up in a foil. Not too bad on the Pringle. When it goes in the binder, the Pringle's not an issue for me. I'm a little, I'm hit and miss on whether I run Pringles or foil stuff in my decks. But when it comes to collection stuff, since it's going to be in the binder and smushed out, I don't mind putting them. I like getting the foils when I can. Foils hold their value a little bit more sometimes. They're harder to come by most of the time. And then in this case, I just like this one in the foil. I like the colors. So. And the last up, what we got here? So, Is It Boiler Works foil, borderless, 2022 Double Masters. They just have really good borderless stuff. If you like borderless cards, they have a lot of lands, a lot of cool borderless cards. So when I'm shopping for something, so this time I bought Birds of Paradise, and I was like, well, let me check to see if there's anything else I might want, and I literally just searched the 2022 Double Masters, sorted it by that set and looked to see if there's anything cool, because you pretty much never miss. They always have some cool stuff. Got Izzet Boilerworks and Azorius Chancery. These are cards I'd run in any of my decks. I like these bounce lands. I know not everybody does, but I do like running the bounce lands. Only problem is when I run these, sometimes I forget that they are a 2-mana land. But they're great when you have lands that have abilities when you bring them in. Like Bojuka Bog or something like that, where you play the land, you play this, bounce it back into your hand, and replay that land again, get the same effect the second time. So we'll put those in the deck pile and figure out where those are going to go. And then here's a second Birds of Paradise. This is a Secret Lair. This is not a foil. And then I did get one Shadowborn Apostle, one of the Relentless cards or Rule Break cards, however you want to word it. So that's all I've got there. I'm going to get all these scanned in, get them sleeved up. Unfortunately, our Tarkir order has our perfect fits, which is what I've been trying to use for all of these collection cards. So I'm just going to have to put everything up with our normal penny sleeves and then go back later on and fix it. I've been switching to those because they're really nice when I move the cards around. And since I rearrange my binder more than I should, it's nice that they fit well, and I can slide them in and out of my binder real easy. So get these all scanned in, get them sleeved up, and I'll get the binders out. We'll get them all put up. We'll be right back. All right, I'm going to start off with the first binder. And so this is the new binder, my red binder. Unfortunately, I'm in the middle of transferring everything over. Like I said, I ran out of the perfect fits, and I was kind of using that as an opportunity as I moved things over to make sure they were all in those. But so some of the special guests are here, some of them are not. So let me make sure that I think this Miri goes in here, and make sure if there's anything else. I think the Shadowborn Apostle might go in here, and all these might go in here too. So special guests, these go here, and these new cards, they go in here. Not sure about that, so set these off to the side. These are only what I'm looking for. So start off with the special guests, Sacrifice and Miri. Don't think the Sacrifice is going to be in here. In fact, I know it's not going to be in here. But this Miri Weatherlight might be, because I started off with the beginning. So this has got all the Lost Caverns, Pitless Plunder, Lord of Atlantis, Malcolm Keen-Eyed. Next page. Oh, apparently I only got one page done. So no on the special guest. That'll go in the other binder until I get everything transferred. And then, like I said, half this binder is going to be empty waiting on the special guests. And all the way here towards the back is where we start to get into all those other cards. My Relentless cards, or whatever you want to call them, are back here, I'm pretty sure. And so I started off, so here's, I didn't get any of these in, but these are the Imagined Critters from Bloom Burrow. So I've got all, this is what I've got so far of these. I think these all fit on one page. Yeah, on these 2 pages, so this is the full set. I do have the Birds of Paradise that's in the Birds of Paradise collection. So eventually I'll have to get a second one of those or do something about that. But there's plenty for me to work on collecting eventually. I haven't even looked at any of these. I don't know if they're expensive or cheap. I haven't even touched it. It was a last minute decision to be able to throw all these in here. It's just, I like the artwork. I love the Planeswalkers from these, all the different Planeswalkers. So I think the only one that I don't like is that card. It's just so weird. And then we have all of the Bloom Burrow Showcase. So I did have a stack of those. Where are those at? I did go through and put these in all in order. There's all those. I also slipped in my Kitsa Otterball Elite signed art card. Funny enough, when I got this thing, this was only like a $3 card for the regular card. I did look when I was adding all these to my save for later for me to hopefully pick up in the future, and I was surprised to see that this card is going crazy. It's like $12 or more for some of them. and Glarb also, which is I have a commander deck that I wanted to build with this that I've already brewed up and had sitting. The foil version of this thing is like $20 or $30. You hear the cat coming through. He's got his fuzzball in his mouth. So anyhow, so I did put these in order. So we got 310, 336, 307. So the first one I'm going to be looking for is Thundertrap Trainer. I do. It's raining outside. We've got the windows all opened up and everything. And apparently somebody in the wild card decided to go by. Anyhow, since I haven't put in tags in here, and these aren't, even though they're in order, they're not they're not ordered. There's big gaps between them, so I need to actually pull up this. So give me just a second to make sure I don't get these out of order. All right, got these pulled up so I can look at them. So when you search to search these, you go on Scryfall, and you can set it in ordered by set/number. And when I searched for those, I set it to limit it to just Bloomburrow and showcase cards only. And these are the showcase cards that I'm looking for, but they do have some other showcase cards, specifically all the season cards. They have a borderless version of those. Those are considered showcases. And they have the all of the enemy cards, like the Lumra, the Dragonhawk, the Rottenmouth Viper. All those have a version of their cards as well, which have the the notes here. I can just show you. Those are all considered showcase as well. So we're not looking to add those. So I'm not looking to add those in there. I'm not looking to add the Seasons of Gathering. They also have all of the raised foil cards from Bloomburrow considered to be a showcase card as well. And those, while I like those are just out of my price range. Most of those, there's a few of those are up in the $300, $400, $500 range. It's too much, and they're not going to get any cheaper at this point too. So anyhow, so as far as the order goes, so we're looking for Thundertrap Trainer. So let's find that on this list real quick. Thundertrap is going to be after Portent of Calamity. Do I already have that? No. It's before Valley Floodcaller. Do I have that? Do I put these in order before? I don't think I put these in order before. I'm going to fix the order on these things real quick, and then we'll be good to go. Because these do look to be in number order, at least partially. Okay, I got it all fixed up. I've done that multiple times. You sort the stuff on Scryfall, and then you forget that it defaults to alphabetical order. So I was like, well, it's kind of weird that the way it's organized from the numbers that not all the colors together. So it does make more sense now that I have everything together. The colors do go together, with the exception of some of the dual color stuff. So we can get our 3 cards put in here. So we've got Thundertrap Trainer. That is number 307. So I got 302, 303. This is a double because of my signed card. So 304, 305, 306, and then 307 up here. Next one is Cruel Claw Heist at 310. This is 309 over here, so this is 310. And then this Mabel goes at the end. It's the last one, so we have Castro here. 335, this is 336. So all organized, all fixed. Plenty more to go though, which is fine. I've got some on order. I'll get some more that come in eventually. And like I said, it's nice to have something new, especially when it's not too expensive. We are going on vacation. Maybe I take this list since I have them saved. Next time we go into a game store, maybe I pick one up on vacation as a little bit of a memento as well. So we'll see. Anyhow, let's pass this. So this empty section here, I did leave room. So here's our heir apparent, right? I left room for the new Relentless cards from Tarkir, the Hawk, I left a space for me to be able to start putting those in here. And we have what, one Relentless card that goes in here today, a Shadowborn Apostle. And you'll see where I had these in the other binder before and they were packed in, I left room to be able to fill these up. So basically once I get two sides, that's 24 cards. That means I'm really close or ready to go for a deck. So currently I only have 4 Heir Apparents. I got 3 Dragon's Approach. Getting really close on the Persistent Petitioners. And I'm getting to the point where, to be honest with you, I kind of almost want to get 1 or 2 of the special Secret Lair cards. Most of them are a little out of my price range. Maybe I'll get 1 or 2 of the cheaper ones to mix into this. But we'll see. Shadowborn Apostle. We'll get a Shadowborn Apostle. I'll drop that. Would be in there right there. And then the Templar Knights. These kind of spill over onto this page, at least for now. I might actually start, once I finish the decks that we're working on, I may actually start ordering cards for those. And we have the some slimes, the extra rat colony. So these are extra slimes from my slime deck, and then I've got 4 7 drawers, and I got 3 spots to get the 7 of those. So we'll be all finished up with that soon. So I'm gonna swap binders, get to the other binder. All right, so now this is the original binder. Remember, so we have the all the Jurassic Park cards, Jurassic Park Secret Lairs. This is what I was talking about before with that the Ian Malcolm. This is this is the commander for my egg deck. So I can actually run this and use this egg token even. So we got the Aether Drift cards here, and we did pick up a few of those, right? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think what I'm going to do, at least for now, because this is again getting rearranged post vacation, I'm going to move these Dustworm cards for now to a different spot, and I'll put these Aether Drifts in here, and then eventually I'll actually put these in order. But since I'm moving them, I don't think it's a big deal. This will be slid in here. Kind of fits perfectly for now. You should check that out. So, got 8 in total so far. I really do like the artwork on some of these. The Mimeoplasm, the loot is awesome. The March of the World Ooze is really cool. Curse Cloth. The rest of them, they're all very bright colors, which I really dig. So, move this thing up here, and what do we have? So I got to put these. I got a special guest. I got 2 special guests. I got a Cleopatra, and I've got these. Actually, I probably should put in the other binder, but anyhow, we can switch back to that. So I didn't, like I said, I moved some of the stuff around kind of temporarily as I was trying to move the special guest stuff around because I didn't have room to fit all of our SpongeBob stuff, all of my Secret Lairs from the SpongeBob drop. All right, so we got a couple Mystical Archives here. What do we got here? So Birds of Paradise, Mystical Archive. I hit these pretty good, actually. Get these in order. 68, 76, 64, 73. So we got 64. 64 goes up here, if you can see that. 64. And then 68, that actually goes here too. And then 73. That's going to go on this page as well. Down to just 1 left on this page. And I think this one's going to go on this page too. So this is 76. That's going to go right here. So down to 1 here and 1 there. That is not too bad so far. That's the beginning. And so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then these are already, this is after the end of it. So 9 total, and I think I've got at least 1, maybe 2 of those on order. While I'm here, though, where is that Cleopatra? She's going to go right here with the other cards. I did not get any Aether Drift cards this week, or any of the Aether Drift Ratfink cards. I did talk to one of the artists. I might get a couple signed art cards, but I'm going to wait until after vacation. My birthday's coming up. Maybe I get a nice birthday present, or buy myself a birthday present. We'll see. All right, so you see I kind of moved some of these cards were used to be further in the binder. As I made room, moving the special guest stuff, I kind of shoved things over here. So anyhow, we got to look for this Miri. She goes right here. So let's pull this tag out. If I can get it in there. And then the other one I'm looking for is Sacrifice. This is number 69. So it's going to be a couple pages in. 46, 47. 61, 65, and Sacrifice all the way up here in the top corner. I'll tell you what, these special guests, it's a collecting these is kind of a beast on its own. There's just so many to get caught up with, and then of course every time a new set comes out, there's 10 or more to collect. So, which is why I picked it up. I like the artwork on these things almost always, and I like that it's kind of an evolving collection. But with the next set, by the time this is published, the next set will already be out, so it'll be time to make room. That's why I'm trying to move this over to the next binder. So, good thing is a lot of those ultimatums from Tarkir are already looking like they're going to be really cheap. Unfortunately, the fetch lands are not going to be cheap. So now we've got Birds of Paradise. I got 2 of those this time around. These will probably get moved around once I rearrange the binders, and so I might rearrange the order. But currently, it's like all the borderless ones are here. The Secret Lair ones were right here, and I was trying to keep all of these old tournament versions, the Pro Tour ones, together. So this is a Secret Lair that would actually have to go in with that, but I don't know. Anyhow, on to the next set. So here we are into our special guest stuff, or our Secret Lair, and I did have these. We'll go ahead and drop these in here, and again, this is all going to get moved around by the time I come back. I'll go ahead and put these in here as well. The Duskmoor cards, I'll move those over here, and same thing with the 3 from Innistrad Remastered. So these I'll probably put in the other binder, just like I did with the Bloomburrow stuff. I'll put them into order, but for now, until I get the right sleeves, we'll just go ahead and drop them in this binder, and I'll get it all organized when we come back. And that is it, though. That is it for our mail day, our binder therapy. I appreciate you watching. I hope you have a great day. I hope you're staying safe. Currently, we have all this bad weather, flooding and stuff going on, so I hope everybody's been keeping safe. And I will see you soon. I'm going to go on vacation, but you won't even, it'll be like a blink. You won't even notice because I've already got so many videos queued up. You're not even going to notice. So I'll be back here soon. Next time you see me, we'll be opening up that Secret Lair with the April Fool's Secret Lair from next time you see me. We'll be opening up the Deadpool Secret Lair from April Fool's. So I'll see you then. And until then, though, like, subscribe, ring the bell if you'd like to be notified, and have a great day. Thank you. Bye.